Man, do we got something to talk about. Listen, today's game day, but one of the biggest things that was coming out yesterday and talked about yesterday was Shedeur Sanders and the New York Giants. And why is this coming out? Is it because Joe Shane was speaking to him? No. Were they visiting him at another practice? No, as they have all season long. Shedeur Sanders was in New York. And now it's not a surprise he was in New York. He was in New York for, the Heisman announcement. Travis Hunter did win it, his fellow teammate. But Shedeur Sanders was in New York. But not only was he in New York, he was doing his tour, going to games at the Knicks, and he was getting cheered on. But then he was out with Malik Nabers playing catch in the streets of New York. Now, you love to see this. Why? Because you want Malik Nabers to have a quarterback that he wants. And listen, we could talk about all the X's and O's, but when people talk about this thing called aura, that's what this is right here. Malik Nabers and Shedeur Sanders, I need it in the league. I just dropped the video about Cam Ward. Listen, I'm still super excited for Cam Ward. I think we're going to get one of those quarterbacks, and I'm hyped with either one of them. I really am. Shedeur, I told you guys, have been picking up steam lately for me in general. I like his floor a lot better than Cam Ward's floor. But Shedeur out here in New York playing catch with Malik Nabers. He's over here toting around a New York Giants ball, showing it to the camera that his brother's recording him on. You love to see this. And for the Giants fans that aren't too big on Shedeur Sanders, you might have to start, picking it up a bit, because there's a chance he's going to be your quarterback next year. There really is. I don't envision the Giants winning another game this year. If the Raiders find a way to squeak a win out with Antonio Pierce, Shedeur Sanders is probably going to be our pick at number one. He really is. Now, one of the bigger things to talk about it as well is that not even offseason. We're not even the offseason yet, which is crazy. But when the Giants got ruled out pretty much, and we're talking about drafting a quarterback, people have been telling me, man, Dion will not let his son go to New York. He will not let his son go to New York. Now, I always knew that was steam, but this pretty much confirms it right here, man. There was a tweet posted out by one of these pages saying Shedeur Sanders is reportedly prepared to be drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders or Dallas Cowboys. There's a high likelihood that Sanders would refuse to play if he was drafted by either the Giants or the Browns. That's a whole lot of BS. I'm going to be honest. It really is. Now, when you look at it, the New York Giants, obviously them being in the New York area, biggest market in sports, Shedeur Sanders, I always thought would want to thrive in that market. And, the Giants themselves have kind of been a dysfunctional team the past couple of years. So, maybe some people can question if there's some truth to that statement. But, Dion completely just shut that down and said, I lie. Don't care who tells it. Please stop trying to become relevant by misrepresenting my son. God bless you. And that right there is exactly what I expected. I didn't expect for them to have some type of motive where, hey, if New York is drafting at number one and they take Shedeur, you better move him somewhere else, because who wouldn't want to be the quarterback of the New York Giants other than Shedeur Sanders? Like Shedeur Sanders, with the lights that he's had on him, the cameras he had on him since he was young, why would he not want to try to step into New York and switch around this fan base, switch around the whole culture of this team, and pair up with a guy like Malik Nabers and go win some games? Who wouldn't want that, man? And a lot of people might say a lot of people wouldn't want that, but overall, it doesn't seem like Shedeur Sanders is against it. And like I said, man, seeing him play catch with Malik Nabers is not the biggest thing in the world, but you don't see this happen often. Guys, there's going to be a new quarterback for this team next year, and it's going to be Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward for sure. And I'm excited to see what happens with him, man. Seeing him show the New York Giants ball, he know what he was doing with that. He knows what he was doing. And that's even relating to a little bit over a month ago, he was on, it looks like some type of live stream, and somebody asked him about, possibly being in New York, and he's like, what you doing about that, man? Smiling, giving smirks. Listen, it's officially that part of the season where this is the type of stuff we get hyped for. Not the games that are being played today. This is the type of things we get hyped for. So I want you guys to let me know down in the comments, man, how you feel about Shedeur Sanders possibly being a New York Giants quarterback. And if y'all still believe that he will not be, wanting to go to New York, man, y'all let me know down in the comments, man. And I will say, for Dion's sake, Dion is the one that went up and said, hey, my sons are not going to go and play at certain teams, and I'll make sure of that. Dion is the one that said that. So anyone that has speculation and putting out tweets like this, this is a flat out lie, but the reasoning is because of Dion, man. Dion, you're the one that went up and said my sons are only going to play in certain teams and in certain markets. So, that's his fault. But for the New York fans, for New York, for the Giants family, I think that does not apply to us. So, yeah, let me know how you feel down in the comments, man. Overall, once again, the Giants do take on the Ravens today. Hey, Lamar Jackson lost to the Giants before. Maybe it can happen again. I sure hope not, because if a win happens today, y'all, if the Giants win with Tommy DeVito and all the injured players we have today, man, I might have to crash out. Y'all let me know how you feel about it down below, man, in the comments. Shedeur Sanders. Hey, and I just don't want this to be another situation where we look past it, we see guys toting, Giants merch, and they don't end up being a Giant. The first person that comes to mind is A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was rocking a New York Giants shirt, and he didn't get drafted by us. We passed on him. So hopefully this isn't the case, and hopefully we break that trend. Y'all have a good Sunday, man. Stay tuned for more videos coming through. I do have a special episode coming through this week, man. Special episode coming through. I'll give more info on these next coming days, but I'll catch y'all. Peace.